Hey everybody, Bill Sack here, Director of Legal Operations with the Second Amendment Foundation. As the teaser, thumbnail, and or caption might lead you to believe, we're going to talk about guns today. Everybody likes gun stuff. But first, I'm going to sneak in a quick legal update for you because that is my job and that's what they pay me to do here. Big win coming out of the Ninth Circuit this week in the SAF case, Nguyen v. Bonta. Nguyen is, of course, our challenge to California's gun rationing law, also known as the 1 gun per month law or the 1 in 30 law. That law, for those of you that don't live in California, said that you can only buy one either handgun or semi-automatic centerfire rifle, or the combination of the two, per month from an FFL. Which means that if it's the beginning of 2-gun season, you better plan a few months ahead of time because you can't go in and buy both guns that you need at the same time. This law, of course, violated the Second Amendment, as there is no historical tradition of the sort of gun rationing that California has adopted here in the historical tradition of our country, especially at the time of the founding. So to have a Ninth Circuit win on this case is absolutely satisfying. It remains to be seen at this point if the California DOJ is going to appeal this case and ask the Supreme Court to fix it. But we suspect that they may not, as I have a feeling the Supreme Court's probably on our side on this one. But for more updates on Nguyen v. Bonta, stay tuned here, and we, of course, will keep you guys all up to date. Now that you've eaten your vegetables, you may have your pudding. Today, we are launching the dumbest segment that we have done here on these videos called What Impractical Gun is Bill Carrying Today? Today, the impractical gun that Bill is carrying is the Glock 17L, the double long boy, the triple long boy. This is the Gen 5. They started making a couple of these just recently, and I couldn't help myself. So what are we carrying today? We're going to talk about the build real quick, just because everybody loves gun stuff, and we're shooters here at Second Amendment Foundation. For shooters, by shooters, if you haven't noticed some of our marketing materials. So we have a 17L Gen 5. I have put a bunch of gewgaws and things on it because that is what I like to do with these things. So I put some handle it grips on there. The Edge series handle it grips are fantastic. Degrease the handle really good with acetone. Stick these bad boys on there, hit them with a hair dryer, and then scooch them down real good, and they stay on really nice. The Edge series is great because it's super grippy, but doesn't rub your tum-tum raw when you carry it without an undershirt. I have a super heavy brass magwell on here from Springer Precision. I got the one that is Cerakoted black because I did not want it to be gold because I didn't. I have the CAGWorks extended and raised slide release on here because I can use a high grip on Glocks and they never lock back for me for like a dozen years. And now they do, which is kind of nice. And you can get your hand up real high on there and you still get slide lock and can do reloads the way God intended. On the top, I have the forward controls plate with a aim-point acro on there. First time I'm trying the acro, like it so far. It looks cool. The Graham loves it. Ameriglow suppressor height sights, super exclusive, Second Amendment Foundation end plate. If you want one of these, and I'm putting the gun over my shoulder, not at my face, if you couldn't tell. If you want one of these, drop a comment and maybe we'll make some for you guys. Other things that we have on the gun, Surefire, U-boat, everybody knows what they are. I've got the Gen 5 performance trigger in there, which is super good and kind of alleviates the need for a bunch of aftermarket stuff. I also put in here an obnoxiously heavy pure tungsten guide rod from Glock Store with a 15-pound spring because the 17L, like the 34, is kind of oversprung from the factory. If you put a slightly lighter spring in there, they really smooth out quite a bit and don't dip on recoil like the factory spring will kind of make your muzzle dip when it returns to battery. That's everything that we've got going on with this gun. 124 grain gold dots? Nope. HSTs? 124 grain HSTs. I carry both. That's what's in this gun. And we are carrying it in the Filster Floodlight. John has been a good friend of mine for a long time. The Floodlight is an excellent product, and because I have U-boats on a lot of different guns, if it fits, it ships. So there we go, carrying it today in this sweltering East Coast heat. I'm Bill Sack, Director of Legal Operations with the Second Amendment Foundation.